Breaking, also called breakdancing or b-boying, b-girling, refers to the unique style of street dance which moved to the rhythms created by the DJ, HipHop, 2004. This style of dance derived from the good foot, which was considered a freestyle dance, associated with a James Brown record of the same name, that spontaneously incorporated drops to the floor and spin moves. Hallman, 2004. Breakdancing involved very acrobatic dance moves, often centered on fast footwork, moving creatively on the ground, and improvising combinations of dance moves in real time. Bboy'n, 2004. As hip-hop DJing introduced innovative ways to lengthen certain parts of a song, break dancers had more time to improvise and create new dance moves. Hallman, 2004. The first real breakers were the gang members of black gangs in the Bronx in the late 60s, early 70s. These guys did a dance called the Good Foot, from James Brown's record of the same name. The Good Foot was the first freestyle dance that incorporated moves involving drops and spins and resembled the beginnings of breaking. The first break dancing to emerge in the Bronx in the early 1970s was an upright form that was inspired by a television broadcast in 1972 of James Brown's Get on the Good Foot. Brown's quick lateral shuffles and spins, combined with sudden vertical drops to the knees and down to the floor in splits, displayed the juxtaposition between elaborate upright stepping and dropping down to dramatic low positions that would characterize b-boying. Top rock was the term for the precision rhythmic stepping that a dancer took into the circle and was composed of distinctive combinations and remixes of steps familiar to all in attendance, but that showed the mastery and ingenuity of the dancer. To this was added up rock, the wide stance horizontal steps, and down rock, the drops to the floor and held freeze positions that demonstrated athletic agility and dangerous movement. The floor-oriented movement required the ability to displace the base of movement from feet to the head, shoulders, or back, freeing the legs to twist and torque in order to generate the force of momentum with these other parts of the body on the ground that a James Brown might create on his feet.
That they went to, the black spaces to hang out at and stuff like that, right?
All type of all type of people. Mm-hmm.
So,
from all kinds of life.
You say like it was breaking, like this was back before Herc started DJing.
What they was calling burning most of the
time. Okay. It wasn't when you say they was breaking at John Brown's, club or whatever.
I mean burning, but you can't be perfect. But you kind of know what I mean. It was burning.
I know what you mean. But I just want to clarify.
Yeah, for everyone, because like that's a big talk, right?
That's like just to clarify, they were burning and they were challenging each other and doing their diss moves, but they wasn't doing like b-boy footwork on the ground, 90% on the ground breaking back in the 70s.
Yeah, but they were doing floor moves. But not as much as time went on. Not as much because a lot of people doing the James Brown. James Brown used to do the helicopter and stuff like that, which a lot of time they show you James Brown, they don't really show you him in his prime. But like his prime, he was for. So people used to do the James Brown a lot. And the James Brown consisted of floor moves. But not as much as they start doing it when we start breaking and becoming b-boy. Not as much as that. But yeah, they do it.
Okay. That makes sense. So
you guys were more of the guys that start to take it more and more and more. Would you say you were? Yeah.
Right, start more. But even back then, they had the drop that you showed me.
Okay.
Drop. They was doing that back then in the house parties.
Okay.
That's a floor move. The drop is a floor. I mean, you don't stay on the floor, but you're on the floor when you drop.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So at the very beginning, these house parties in 1970, you got the burning, and they're doing very light.
It is impossible to see b-boying now and not be impressed by its similarities to forms of Angolan and Brazilian capoeira, Cuban rumba, or Chinese kung fu, all of which by now have been incorporated into the dance. But Crazy Legs emphasizes the dance evolved in a very specific time and place. We didn't know what the fuck no capoeira was, man. We were in the ghetto. There were no dance schools, nothing. If there was a dance school it was tap and jazz and ballet. I only saw one dance school in my life in the ghetto during that time, and it was on Van Nest Avenue in the Bronx and it was a ballet school, he says. Our immediate influence in b-boying was James Brown, point blank.
Like a sex machine. Get on up, get up, get on up, stay on the scene. Get on up, like a sex machine.
Our main influence was the Good Foot. James Brown doesn't even know the effect that his music and style of dance had on people in the Bronx.
He was probably inspired by people he saw, tap dancers.
Them tappers back in the old days, them fools was like B-boys in a sense, you know what I mean? Man, them fools is dope, they didn't give a fuck.
You want to be technical, Sammy Davis Jr. was a B-boy.